Probably going to smoke my phone now. As I started the last video picking my teeth, I think I'll start the new one picking my nose. Every video that I start, I think I'm going to pick a new orifice. Probably run out of children-appropriate ones pretty quickly, considering I just used 2. Unless I count them individually. No, not gonna. Gonna run out of orifices to pick on camera very quickly that are gonna keep me in that nice PG-13 rating. Anyways, what I was saying, because it went bad. Sledgefire. Love this blaster. Great. Obviously, cool for parts. Big beefy spring. Singled out is a beast. Ready, set, action. Yes, Mr. Singleton. I love it, but kind of problematic when you got to use a bunch of shells they don't make anymore and you can't find and shouldn't swing a knife around. It's not the exactly, just kind of, you know, and they made an HPA one from MT Make Test Battle, made an HPA one that was fun, but you still required the shells. Hoppers and stuff I guess would work well in them, but Mountain Dew. I love me Mountain Dew. Anyways, yes, I am back. I'm back. Clowny's bad not doing that. Stop swinging the knife around, you dots. So, shells are an issue. Blaster's kind of an issue. The whole single shot and wait to reload is like fighting somebody with a blunderbuss or a single anything. Yeah. So yeah, going to run one singled and so. First recently in brass slug. Yeah, see, that's the cool stuff. It's got a lot of juice, but you still have to kind of go in and do it. So, I've seen a couple of people online, one guy online in particular, looking to make one Jolt style, and I got parts to go over to make something crazy from other people's ideas and stuff I saw, and there are all kinds of shout-outs in that one for me. Yes, Lesbic came with no shells. Yeah, that kind of sucks when you find them and they don't have shells. But it gives you a chance to run a single in it instead, because you can find just fix it with a piece of PVC pipe or find the 3D shells, because I know they do make the 3D printed shells. I would send you some, but I got like 4 myself. Caliburn for Irish Josh for Christmas. That'd be a feat to talk your mother into. I'm pretty sure of it. I can't even talk mine into it, and I'm a 40-year-old man. Anyways, the point of the video is I love this thing, but it's like the whole stock sucks, and I like to get new cosmetics to it. So, Mr. Joshua Church of Valour Blasters on Facebook. Grandmothers are good for that. I got a knit blanket because of that. That thing keeps me warm all the time. But the where was I? Josh, it threw me off. Frank, hello, Mr. Filthy Frank. Filthy Frank. That's cool. No, well, yeah, I think that's a SpongeBob bad guy from season 2. Not sure. So you take the stock off, and you wind up with this giant hole in the back of it here that's kind of so Mr. Joshua Church from Valour Blasters, I'm going to keep saying that, he made a nice little end piece, sling point. I know you can get sling points, other things in sling points with those, and some of them are okay, squared off ones, but I always thought it needed this nice rounded sling point, which would be really cool, which is why I ordered one from him. He was kind enough to print one off for me, because he just like, hey, this is my blaster, this is my kind of thing, and I put it in there. But I'm like, hey, could you do this? So full disclosure, I did open it up in the car and look at it, and I taped it back shut because I couldn't resist, and it's light. I give it that. Clowny, would you have any tips for the Zuru X Shot 1 breech loading pick? Have to get back to you on that one. Vargas, how you doing, Vargas? So this is the piece that he sent me, or D, or whatever, ring piece. It's a ring piece for the Sledgefire, so it makes a little piece there. Now I haven't done much to it. I did open up and checking it out. He said he prints them so he can get a nice, because you see he's got the locks on both sides, which is great. But because of that, it winds up with a little bit of chewy on the other side, which is really no big deal because it's just where supports are. You can easily sand that down, which is what I'm going to do. He said this is the V1 version. He said he also NC Clowny. Look. Yeah, the thing is actually really cool, and that's why I popped it open, because I want to see. Now, I'm not sure if he had the files released or not, but the whole thing just literally pops into your Sledge Fire. Well, it would. Doesn't quite. There we go. It's a little bit of a tight fit. 3D printed. It can matter. And he said he's working on a V2 version. He has a rounded one, one that's not so rounded as well, which is nice. But this thing has inspired me. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Deadpool Rival Blasters. Yes. This is really cool. I think it gave the Sledge Fire what it needed. Like this, but it's already out of my idea because I think I'm going to use it to make something else entirely nutso at this point. But I love that little ring that goes in there, and it is a little tight. It is a little chewed up just slightly, but that's because of supports, and you can fix that with some of this stuff here. It's called sandpaper, and you just go like this. Look, and it's already smoothing out. It's awesome. This is really cool. I do appreciate him sending this. Okay, now, since I ranted and raved enough on that, and Rick and Morty is on, I got to see what questions were, I guess. I don't know. Show Sledge Fire. I guess you can't go over these. Somebody asked me something about a blaster. Hey, Clowny, do you have any tips for the Zuru X-Shot, the one breech loading thing I picked up at Goodwill today? Not sure what to do with it. Zuru X-Shot breech loading? Didn't know Zuru made a breech loading one. That's a new one on me. Yeah, I look at the same time. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, the Deadpool blasters. Everyone's asking Deadpool. Okay, cool. Yeah, Deadpool blasters because I bought them some shipping case. 26 armed and almost. Yes, okay, yes, Deadpool blasters. Deadpool blasters. Actually, I think somebody needs to make a me with the picture of, brace yourself, winter is coming, and just brace yourself, Deadpool blaster reviews is coming. Although I absolutely am getting my hands on a Chronos as soon as it comes out, I'm not willing to spend the money on the Deadpool ones because they are freaking expensive, and I'm just not. First off, I don't have the cash. Secondly, I'm not going to open the box. And I have a crossbow sitting over here I opened up itself, so I can't be tempted to do something like that. Fuzzy Pete. Yes, Fuzzy Pete, one of the first ones to actually get a review up of the Deadpool blasters in the warehouse he works at, nonetheless, which I think was possible where I work would be great, but I don't think they'd appreciate them shooting them across the sales floor. Unless I was sniping children. Don't snipe children. They're hard to hit, and they zigzag much faster. They're going to be 50... They're going to be $50 on Black Friday. Oh, the Deadpool ones. Well, it's still way out of my price range because Walmart is going to be running sales on some stuff, and I'm going to get my hands on what do they call it? Roto Furies. So they're going to have $15 Roto Furies, and I'm going to get my hands hopefully on 2 because a Roto Fury is awesome. And it would be nice to have one again in one piece. Closing the building would be a good idea for the range test on that. That would definitely help out. Oh, got a late shift tomorrow. What's up? Yo, Edgar. Oh, dude, I cannot wait to get my hands on one. And one of the reasons I don't want to get the Deadpool ones, Mr. Fuzzy Pete, is because I am afraid of what I'm going to do to it. It's all the internals are coming out immediately. The first thing I'm going to do is all the guts are coming out, everything from the pipe on back, and then I'm having some fun because I love RoboCop. Peter Weller hated the costume that he was in. Absolutely hated it. He said it was uncomfortable, couldn't pee, couldn't move, couldn't breathe. And when they asked him to sign for a second movie, he just emphatically was like, yeah, I'll do it. Because he loved the fact that he got to be a RoboCop, which was awesome. Then they dumped him for the third movie and put some other guy and just blatantly put his face out there immediately. Because anytime you watch a Peter Weller movie, all you see is this. Your thoughts on this? I have 3 Nemesis with white spray paint, neon green highlights. I'm thinking about putting some green LEDs in them speed holes in the front grip. LEDs are always a good idea. Someday I'll learn how to do them myself and not burn them out. Until then, I'll continue using no LEDs. Because why not? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I feel like I should be doing something somewhat important instead of wasting time. Other than talking about these. Dude, you have a point in the way the spring blasters work. They can be brass breech. Yes, I actually have a really neat idea for a current springer coming up involving these things. Because I found out a neat little trick with some of the rival stuff. I knew it already took those. Chrono, yeah, there's actually a guy out there already painting a Kronos. I forget who he was. I don't know. It still feels like a bit like heresy to paint the Deadpool ones, especially when you just matte them out in one color. I'm sure they're going to turn out great, but it still sounds like heresy, considering how much they are and how everybody's going nuts over them. Could just wait till summer until the new ones come out. Yeah, ooh is right. Yeah. You should go for the cheaper ones for paint, but sometimes you just can't wait. I have to go with that. Sup, Austin? Yeah, these will be fun. I love it when people cut things up like crossbows and that. I mean, the only reason the Deadpool one kind of makes me cringe a bit because the blaster hasn't really been around for a while. It's something new that came out and people are really going for them. It kind of makes me a little queasy. But had that been something that had been out and then re-released as a Deadpool blaster, I'd be sitting here laughing my head off. I mean, people cut up crossbows and stuff like that, but I do believe there are some blasters that should never be cut up, like Ravens. Stop making Stravens. Stravens are murder. They're murder. Stravens are murder. Anybody that cuts up an Ultimator needs to have their head examined, unless you're going to cut it back up and make it back into another Ultimator. The KFAP 40 COD. I don't know what that is. I don't know what a KFAP 40 is, or K-pop, or I know what K-pop is, but I don't know what K-FAP. K-CAP 40. I thought I said K-FAP. Well, K-FAP is what you do to K-pop. Well, that's live now. No, I don't play video games anymore. Call of Duty, any of that stuff. I even used to play Fruit Ninja, but it was too much exercise for me. The one on the phone, not the Xbox. Get out of breath doing that. What else? How long can I make this go on? I would like to get my hands on some worker slugs as well, Irish Josh. I just have not gotten around to picking them up. The local guys I play with now are allowing short darts and slugs and short darts. So the worker slugs and stuff I'm assuming are going to be okay, and it would be nice to use them in some of the higher powered stuff I got. But the feet per second rating still isn't going to be on par with what they want because it's like 125. But I don't think anybody has a chronograph that tested it. I'm not sure, so I keep forgetting to bring my chrono that Valour sent me to the war so it can be done. Yes, well, I'm once again, Mr. Singleton, I'll have to assume that it looks like it says it does because I have no idea. Need to stay awake. You got a Nemesis right now. That was a gift from somehow. Would you mod it to Nemesis? Yeah, my Wi-Fi is kind of poo too. Comcast sucks. If I had a Nemesis, how would I mod it? Heavily. And probably use less balls because I only have a small of tub of them, maybe. I would probably slam it into someone. Oakland gets a stream started. I'll start in the comments. I'd probably wire the whole thing out, make it a shorter bull puppet. I'd actually like to slam the entire feeding mechanism on top of a Rivals Atlas. I think that would look really cool. But the worm gear trying to feed into two at once would require timing and on-off switches and stuff, and I'm not... Don't knock on the Maverick, Josh. I don't care if your Wi-Fi is bad. It is never as bad as the Maverick. Oh, that's penance. Maverick was still one of the top-selling blasters of all times. The Maverick gave you all the stuff that you have now, unless you count the Mustang 6. I have to take 12-round magazines, and that would be cool, but I bet you would probably blow through it pretty fast. The powers of that thing is the hopper on top is awesome. And also because it has a ton of dead space, it would be ideal for just cramming into anything else, just cutting all that stuff off of. The Hera is great. I do love the Hera. EDS car. I do like the Hera. I actually own a Hera. Ed Scar. Okay, cool. Because I can't read that fancy youngin' internet type. Why not use an Nemesis? Singleton? Chaos. Well, that would be... Wait, which one's a Nemesis? Is the Nemesis the one... The Chaos is the one with the magazine. The Nemesis is the one with the hopper. I do as I please, because it's my channel. It's Ed Scar. Freaks me out with my name and lights. Name and lights. Jazz hands. Oh, God. Tired and need to be awake for quite some time yet. Because I have to work the late shift. And I've said that on more than one occasion. Like Officer Rivalhead. He's going to be a star of a video someday. Officer Rivalhead. I should probably, I think I already said that, do something important. So, why not do something important? Let's continue to take apart this sledge fire. Because it's more fun. And blocking, and we're blocking, and we're blocking. And we're going to make everybody sick because you just changed the angle of your camera and your hand's in the way. And you completely screwed this up. Oh my God. You get that mega hammer shot. Yes, I cannot wait till I get the mega hammer shot. And I have just piped up my entire feed because I have to touch things. This is why we can't have nice things, Lana. There we go. More or less, I guess. Nope, that's really bad still. Okay, this is where I need it. This is where I want it. And that's not going to work because my camera sucks. Everybody's going to get motion sick right here. Here we go. Everybody prepared to vomit. Be prepared to vomit. And we're puking. And we're puking. I guess that will have to work right there and have to deal with the top of my head being sliced off. Oh, shouldn't have touched anything. Stupid clowny. Stop touching stuff. There we go. Has Lighttake contacted me? No, Lighttake has not contacted me. Nobody has contacted me, god damn it. And I actually chucking chunder, blow chunks, not just your dog, but I just actually was talking with a friend of mine about that, and I was like, nobody's contacted me, god damn it. Exorcism, yes, well, no, exorcism sounds too much like exercise, and that's something I am not fond of. Though I am jealous of you getting to see all the luchador stuff, because it's really, it's the best part of the cruiserweight, so that stuff was like the luchadors and them, is like, because the WCW was killing that with all of their current stuff was great that way, the lightweights, and Vince McMahon does not do anything with wrestlers except the big guys, and they go out there and just do nothing, because God knows the lightweights are any good. Stupid. Lightweights are awesome. You single sledge fire. No, I do not have a single sledge fire, and I completely... My Wi-Fi kicked me out of my YouTube. Or keep the shell. I don't know. I haven't singled the sledge fire. Actually, It's like I said, it's going to be a whole bunch of stuff that... What the heck does this spring even do? Some kind of weird return thing. Let's pull it and make this thing explode on the catch. Okay, well, it appears... Okay, that would be... Oh, boy. Under tension. And I've already exploded this thing. Uh-oh. Okay, good thing I was staring at pictures of it all day long. Because I know what I was doing. I swear to God, I know what I'm doing. Okay, I can't look up. Because I'm going to lose springs. Damn it. Stop blowing up on me. There you go. Nope, that's not it either. Nope, that fell out. Oh, shit. Well, not sure how that goes in. Okay, I think I broke this one immediately. Oh, boy. There we go. Okay. Now, okay, loads back off tension. Of course, the spring has no tension to it now, because apparently... Yeah, well, like I said, you can pick up the 3D printed ones, but like I said, I don't know too much about them as far as the shells go. I was on a quest once to find a bunch of 3D printed shells and things like that, but it never panned out for me too well. Where's Beaker? Probably at work. Poor boy works a lot of overtime. But he makes bank doing so. Brass burrows passable. It's passable. Well, as long as it gets in there and makes it, you can always get your seal increased on if you even have a fake one, like you said, a fake floodfire shell. Just working with your blaster itself, you can pull up your seals and get your seal a little better by just adding things like craft foam and grease. Craft foam and grease is an excellent seal, especially once it starts to soak together. Makes you 20 plus awesome. Yes, working wrestling. I like wrestling what it used to be, Vargas. It's not as good as it was before. And I don't have much call to watch it anymore because my boy retired at the last WrestleMania. End of an era. Miss my Undertaker. Nobody's going to take that guy's place. He's a badass. Not the American Badass. I mean the Undertaker. Purple, gray, vulture. Coming to WrestleMania and not losing to Brock Lesnar, which was a load of crap. Once again, I'm completely off target. Should probably pay attention to actually the internal workings of this thing. However, I can also kind of gut it now that I'm sitting here looking at it. So why don't we do part of that? Liking my days, things you can't watch. Yeah, I've actually been considering upping my qualities and stuff like that. My current camera I used to film in is a little handy cam right here. My parents gave it to me for Christmas a couple of years ago when I first got my channel started, which was really cool. 9.2 megapixels, still image recording. It's done its job. Unfortunately, it doesn't have like the ability to be able to hook in to be a webcam, and it doesn't have the ability to everything ports out, nothing ports in, and then it doesn't have a microphone to be able to go out. So I mean, it's all right, it works good. I mean, I would like to have a little bit better now, considering, you know, that it would be nice to up my stuff a little bit, but I don't feel the need to go like 780p or 180i or whatever this stuff is on their own numbers to me. I don't feel the need to go that high, because why? It's an expense that's not necessary unless it's easily obtained, and then my poor computer can't really compress it at that mark. Making a stream for your drawings. Yes, Joshua Greg, somebody actually talked to me about streaming stuff for my drawings. I would, but I'm not sure how to go about it. I do follow some guys on Instagram. One of them is oh wow, I can't believe I just did that. One of them is, I can't remember who he is. Oh wow. camera was a gift, so even though I would like to take your jolt for it, I can't trade it because it was a gift. I don't get rid of my gifts because somebody bought them for me. I don't care if they even end up lighting my head on fire. It was a gift. It was a gift. Anyway. Oh, somebody said something on here, though. I think it was Josh, and I missed it. Here we go. My friend saw one of your FB posts. I shared it. The only thing he said was ask me if you were a juggalo because you modified an X-Men. No, the juggalo was the first idea I had that came to mind. I needed something for a logo. I actually have new stuff in the works. I just haven't got around to putting it up yet. So the juggalo, modified juggalo thing was just something to have up there instead of having the little clowny watch thing in the corner, which didn't work out really well in a tiny bubble. Oh wow, he's gonna kick me in the face. That one of my subscribers, I can't remember what his name is. Oh god, I'm such an idiot. Oh, I talked to him too. Oz is Nerf World sent to me. That thing works cool for a channel opener, but it doesn't work well for a tiny bubble. Well, your comments must not be read-worthy then if it keeps kicking you off. Structure them in the appropriate words with appropriate sounds. Think out your thoughts and then walk around with the book on your head and drink tea to improve your posture. Because that's what people did in the old days, which was really interesting because the corsets, you can't possibly bend in a corset. It would force you to actually, science facts, corsets get so tight they would actually force the ladies' bodily organs and break their ribs and force them downward, causing multiple issues. That's why ladies would faint a lot. They would be like, oh, they get overstressed and faint because they couldn't breathe because they were constricted from the corsets, which pushed down and up on them like that. Yes, I remember bedtime rules, and I still have to enforce them on myself, Josh. Good night to yourself. Keep making videos. Oh, God. I should have had one less Mountain Dew. Slightly cranked, and it's only, I reached for my phone, it's right in front of me. It's only not even 10 o'clock yet where I am in Pennsylvania. So, let's disassemble the sledge fire a little more. And there was one Josh remaining. Joshua Gregg, you are the last Josh standing. The last Josh standing. Can I do this? Can he disassemble the sledge fire? I'm not sure exactly how the inner workings are. Can only be one. Yes, I was actually speaking of only be one. I was watching the new Punisher before I started doing this on Netflix, which is awesome and has one of my favorite guys in the world, Clancy Brown. I love Clancy Brown. The guy is awesome. He was the Highlanders' nemesis, the Kurgan, and the voice of Mr. Krabs, which makes it even funny. Or SpongeBob, there can be only one. It explains why he keeps wanting to put Plankton out of business, because there can be only one. I finally figured that out. SpongeBob movie, I watched that and wonder about the economy of Bikini Bottom. So many different issues of that place. I'm not sure exactly how a sledge fire internal works. I'm thinking this is all pushing mechanisms. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay, so let's just start ripping and tearing. Oh, wow, this is a... Oh, cool. Barrel. I have no use for that, apparently. Okay, so the trigger thing, slidey bunker, this thing here is going to stay here. Kind of new here. How do you... Oh, words! Kind of new here, Filthy Frank. Where and how often do you Nerf groups meet? I live in Dallas. Where? Looking for other than groups and okay. Where in relationship to Philly? Where is Dallas, Pennsylvania? Because the guys I Nerf with are Philadelphia on Facebook. Philadelphia. It's like somebody decided to do Philadelphia and then just burp the word Nerf in there instead. 2 hours. That's a about how far I am from it because I am centralized in Pennsylvania, in our wonderful shining capital of filth, Harrisburg. Yeah. Well, let's go live on the web for location. Okay, so yeah, I nerf with them guys. They're quite a good crew, actually. Kind of a young club. I think maybe a year or two on the books, possibly. That's how long they've been around. Still good guys. Lot of new school blasting stuff going on. That's gonna be a good catch spring. Things like strifes and ravens and chaoses and stuff like that. It's definitely stock, super stock modified. In the UK, oh, that's walking distance, right? Depends, mister. If you can make, like, if you buy yourself, if you trade, Mr. Scar, you can, it would be in walking distance of the UK if you trade your Air Jordans in for a pair of, I guess, Jesus sandals and start walking. I would pick a good day and hope you like to eat fish, because if you don't pack a lunch, it's going to suck. Ohio, Mr. Singleton, I will be back in Ohio, hopefully this year. I just had to dip back into my savings for End War, which sucks. It means I got to try to replace it. Hopefully the bonus check at work will cover part of that, because last year was a year of massive payouts, so I got a lot of stuff. Sushi is fine. Yes, sushi is fine. I do love sushi. Have yet to find a good one in this area. Last time I had it around here, I got sick, but that's not to be surprised. Amarillo, Texas. You know what? I think my buddy John is out of Amarillo, Texas, or coming through there. I know it's a 30-hour trip to drive from that area to roughly where we are, because he came up that way. I like it. Like it when I opened it, it pissed me off. You can't improve due to the plunger. Oh, mama. Barrel strike and plunger. Barrel strike. There, I'll put the bow, guardian bow. I don't know about afterburners. I don't know what a barrel strike is off the top of my head either. I don't know about afterburners. I've always thought the physics wasn't really working the way people said they did, because it was kind of speeding up. But if you have one torque motor after another, I think there's two schools of thought on afterburners. I think people think that the feet per second add up to the next feet per second, and I think there's people that are realistically thinking they're trying to use the afterburners in order to pull their rev times down, because you see things like the Trudgeon. It's successively stronger, faster motors, so it's not. I mean, it's only going to go as fast as the last motor it hit. So if you got 100 FPS going here and 50 FPS going here, it's going to hit, stop, FPS go out. But it messes with your rev times every time one goes through. So if you're using one to feed another into the next, it's like, well, it's like the belts at work and thing like that. It's literally, you're just shoving more to it. So it's feeding one and hoping to keep your rev times and stuff from bogging down from the darts being tossed through. So I think that is a realistic version of the afterburners. But just on a straight out air blaster, like an air tank or something like that, like a Big Blast or a Titan, I think you're kind of wasting it. Because if you're just trying... Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. It doesn't really double. It just feeds it through. Because I think in the early days, people were thinking that they were getting, adding physics on top of previous physics, which doesn't work physically. But yeah, I think throwing an afterburner on something like a Big Blast or a Titan or a UMB or something like that with a large heavy tank is a kind of a waste of the heavy tank. Because if you're just trying to feed it in, you might as well just use a dart or a conveyor or a pusher or something and just shove it in there and basically strife it. Because a good example of that would be the jolt, little jolt at rev blasters people make with extra flywheel cages and a jolt. You're just using the jolt to power to push it in, which is pretty cool. I gotta read that again. Set the front cage so that the powerful as possible, and it will darts apart because the dart's going stationary to move it fast. Well, that's why they increase the front spin, so it's not just hitting, it's kind of hitting and going through at the same time. Like I said, I personally don't have a use for afterburners and stuff yet, because I'm still kind of fighting the evolution from the NIC player to the stock class player. Most of my stuff that's around here is all pretty much MIC. Everybody explains stuff badly. Don't worry about it. It's not important. It's a little room at the front of the plane, but that's not important right now. So I'm still fighting the whole evolution into it because I don't need the learning curve of all blasters and motors and stuff like that is like good, you got the reference. Yes, it's one of the best movies ever made, and I always watch it on television. It's I'm not used to that kind of stuff, and it's all numbers, and it's all numbers and stuff, and numbers and math I can't do, as evidence of the fact that I can draw, because I have that half of my brain working, not this half of my brain. I can't do crosswords, I can't look at things. A bullpup chaos. Chaos. That's Nemesis. That's the clip-fed one. I don't know if I've seen one of those yet. I think it would probably look pretty badass as long as you can find a way to relocate your battery tray or somewhere with using a small LiPo would probably be no problem whatsoever. I think a bullpup chaos would be awesome. I think a bullpup rival blaster coming out would be something that would be nice to see. Eventually, I'm pretty sure they're going to do that. Well, I guess it kind of depends on where if it would be kind of uncomfortable, but it all kind of depends on where you set it, I guess. I mean, Dominus Rex, I believe his name is, made a bullpup mastodon that just beautiful. I'd love to get my hands on that thing and play around with it. I got my mastodon still sitting up here waiting for my special project of something I'm going to call the Juggernaut, which is going to be just a massive blaster. One of those things that, probably requires wheels and a tripod to lug around, because why not? I'm kind of scared to mod it because I don't trust the flywheels, and I don't trust the gearing, and I'm not too current still on all that type of technology. That's still something that I'm not keen to on infinite levels. So what was I working? Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So I wanted to pop the plunger tube. Damn it! All right, I'm just gonna take the trigger out. Let's see. I think this thing ratchets on the other side. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, dang it. Why does it have to be all one piece? Stupid Hasbro on their modular building. Damn you, Hasbro! I don't want to have to take this stupid thing out of its shell. Aerostorm. Ah, Aerostorm. God, I haven't seen one of those in quite some time. Aerostorms are cool. I think I saw one once at a war. Kind of weird looking things. My neighbor had something close to that back when before I got into Yeah, Hasbro wasn't clowning nothing. Back before I got into that, and I can't remember what it was. I remember back looking at them, thinking, oh yeah, it was a vintage Aero Storm type of blaster, like a big salvo. I think it was the big salvo that he managed to find in his garage or thrift or something. So, dang it. All I want to do is pop this stupid plunger tube out and, look, it came out. And then, I'm telling you, I just screwed up the torsion spring. Oh, you doof. You dupe. Oh, you frickin' idiot. Oh, you idiot. Oh. Oh, my God. There we go. Okay, God. Torsion spring. Torsion spring 1. Bullpup Chaos, paint job, and pictures on Instagram. I'd love to see stuff like that, because stuff like that is awesome. And this thing is stuck. Oh my God! Why are you? Well, that sucked. That was the catch spring, and it just disappeared into the dark corner of where the spiders live. So that's gonna need to be replaced. Hopefully that other spring I took off will fit where the catch spring was supposed to go. And this is not staged like I thought it was. So that was a worthless endeavor of a waste of time. And apparently also a catch spring, which was a great job on my part. So I'm not going to lose my torsion spring. Yeah, catch spring 1, Clowny. Oh, I wish I could figure out how to kick people off my channel, you smartass. 380 Titan motor. What the hell is a 380 Titan motor? Are they those new ones? Because I was too excited when I looked at a bunch of stuff. And oh my God. Am I going to have to Dremel this off? Did they put the catch over and salt? Why is the outside of it greasy too? I'm so greasy! Oh, God, I miss Fairly Odd Parents. Clowny did. Clowny versus Jaru. I actually feel really bad every time I get one of their products, because, like, oh God, like, I just know it's going to immediately be like a shit show, and I don't. Oh God, I feel so bad. That's going to be bad. Actually, typically I don't paint my blasters. I get bored with the painting. When I get the Deadpool Kronos one, though, the Kronos blaster, and this thing is solvent welded on. You got to be kidding me. Okay, well, running the sausage fields of my life. Frolic in the sausage fields. I have an entirely different plan for that altogether. Oh, the rival size motor. Okay, cool. I have an entirely different plan for that thing when I get my hands on it. And it's going to probably completely not work. I'm going to brutalize it by ripping almost every... Send you a born. No, not yet. Not yet. Bomb in the mail. Bomb in the mail. Bomb in the mail. Song off Dr. Demento. Also one of my favorite stuff to listen to. I'm probably going to take the Kronos and completely rip out almost all of its insides entirely. It will be replaced with, well, something else. The tube and feeding mechanism will remain. But other than that, that's kind of it. I think I may have just screwed this thing up. Oh boy, what did you do, Clowny? What did you do? I just lose that other spring too. Oh boy. Nope, still here. Oh, okay. Well, that spring is way too long compared to the other one. So that's not going to work. I think I may have piped this by losing my catch spring. Oh, oh, uh-oh. Feels like the chicken's working its way through. Yep, that is not a pleasant feeling. I might have to cut the stream off soon. I don't get Wi-Fi in my bathroom easily. I don't need to put you guys through that. That's a horror show. It's a horror show. It's a madhouse. That's actually the name of my Wi-Fi is Funhouse. Nope. No, I definitely screwed something up. Unless that spring is sitting in plain sight, I am screwed. I'm so screwed. Nope. I do believe it went to live with the spiders. And they can keep it because we have an agreement. I don't mess with them and they don't mess with me. Crickets are just assholes. The crickets continue to mess with everybody. Yeah, I got that one. It doesn't fit. I guess I could cut it down if I could remember where I just put it. Oh, crap. Oh, here it is. Okay, good. I could probably snip it down, which would be the smart thing to do. That way I can ruin that one too. The nurse shows I have a Hannibal Lecter Lask. I don't know what the hell I did with it. I don't know what I did with it. I have one. I have one, damn it. I'm not sure how this thing catches all of a sudden. I thought the catch was other parts, but this is the pusher bars. And then the trigger goes down on the thing here. So this must be the catch mechanism somehow. So, well, let's see. If I kind of screw this back together, I don't think I even have a pair of snips. Oh, look, I do. These are actually fun. When me and Dad were rewiring the house, he got these caught in a socket and blew the end off. That's why you never screw around with 220, kids. It can kill you. 220, man. A lot of juice in that. My profile picture. I think it's tiny and hard to see. That's what I think of your profile picture, Joshua Gregg. Looks like something very naughty. Because all I can see is pink flaps. It's not good looking by any means. Very naughty boy. Naughty boy. Oh, God. This thing doesn't even fit on here. Whose bright idea was it to put this on here before I said it? Need someone else to blame. Wait, what'd I do with that torsion spring? Oh, crap. Up there, put it in the shell. Okay. Don't break anything yet, you douchebag. You'll figure it out all by yourself. Ah, my dental picks are buried. I like using my dental picks. What a pro. Mr. Donald Skelton, how you doing? Work tomorrow at 2 for pizza one. Yes. Good night, Mr. Singleton. Half shell blown, both orange and blue. That thing would stay up longer. It's easier to read in such fashions. Ow. You know what is pointy? Sharp metal. Sharp metal is pointy. It's horribly pointy. So I guess I can try to bend this over. Much like life. Okay, so I only have one pliers, so that's not going to work out so well. I'll grab my hemostats. Hemostats. I know how I acquired these back when I was younger and dumb and didn't like to pay for things, which was really stupid. Yeah, Dad had fun with that one. Oh boy. The last time I ever pulled that. Okay, now I got that rounded off. Two stripes, and blue and blaster. Each of them blasters screwed together. Buffering every half a second. Yo, today sucks. Yes, buffering sucks. Buffering, not the friend of a man watching the internet. More than one person alone at home. Buffering. It's kind of like my Netflix account. Ugh. it always just does this black screen thing and it won't load no matter what the hell I do. And I know I'm viewing it on a Roku 2. So it's slightly old technology, but it's not that old of technology that it shouldn't do that. Oh, God. Okay, well, it's not seating now. I don't know. Ah, there we go. Okay, so suddenly realizing I can't prime it without the priming bar. See you later, Vargas. I can't prime this without the priming bar. God, you're such an idiot. How am I going to prime this? I guess I could... Okay, so I guess that is the priming mech. And then pushing it up is the release. So sweet release! And I lost my torsion spring. Oh, God, dude, come on with this. You are so bad at this. So bad. So bad at this. Quick, somebody give me a torsion spring. Anaconda Punda. Anaconda Punda. Oh, damn it. Okay, well, that's a good reason I guess I keep torsion springs laying around in random locations. Because I'm going to need one if I can ever find one. I don't know if I even have one available. Well, here's a little torsion spring. Here's the little torsion spring. One torsion spring. Two torsion springs. That is a beefy one, too. I used one like this in the sled in my hammer shot because God knows I hate that stupid trigger. That thing is, so annoying. So lightweight trigger. It doesn't need to be that way. Stop being that way. The two ports screwed. I understand that reference. God, I'm so glad people can understand my outdated references. Makes me feel somewhat better, unless you're as old as I am. Or watch a lot of really bad television like I do. Like Wolf Cop. There's a movie you'll never forget the transformation scene in. Sure of that. Still making noises for some reason. Okay, oh, that's why, because it's supposed to sit in this little groove. Or not. Maybe. Yeah, like that. So sit there. Sit, stay, go-do-boo. Over here. Okay. Well, apparently I have lost my torsion spring, which is all... Oh, there it is. Ooh, thank God. God, I suck at this. This is what happens when you keep all your Dremel bits in one little cup. And you're supposed to usually keep your screws in there. Oh, bummer. Okay, so... Now, the reassembly. Reassembly complete. It's probably going to have to go in like this, because that's how things work properly. That is a really weak spring, by the way, that Nerf decided to use in this for a trigger spring, which I'm really not surprised, because it doesn't look like it takes a lot of pressure to bump it up. But it also looks like... Oh, stop doing that. It also looks like it should have been something a bit more robust instead of a wiggly piece of garbage. I'm outdated, Count Dracula. I should move either the chandelier or the coffin. I think I shall move the chandelier. Yeah! I had it sitting in a box like a freaking idiot. Somehow it wound up in a box. I don't know how that happened. It does shoot, which is even better. Yeah, this thing was freaking cool. Beaker made this, and I absolutely love my little 3K, that little Tech 3 trophy for 1,000 subscribers. It's probably the cooler things I've ever gotten. I think I'm actually... Hello, Night Nerf. What's happening? I'm rambling on, Mr. Night Nerf. Or Nerf Knight. Or the Dark Nerf Knight, or whatever. I think I am on Walkarm's Discord. I was on his thing twice for something with the word Discord. He got me set up with Discord because he was running a Discord thing that never came to light, probably because my audio was really bad and it was chaotic, and a lot of us probably kept swearing or whatever. I'm not entirely sure. Yes, I do have lipos, 2S. Unfortunately, the small ones are buried that fit. And then there's this thing. For size comparison, there's a dart. It's a freaking monster. It weighs probably about 30 pounds. It's part of the house that the wolf came through and blew down, being the fact that it's a giant red brick. And it's also only a 2S when I wanted 3, but I grabbed the wrong one. But your audio is okay. Well, I don't know. Doesn't matter. It never came to light, but I keep forgetting to go back to check Discord stuff because of the modern technology and things. I was upset when I got this because I had a bunch of 3S ones sitting on the counter, and then I wound up walking out with the only 2S that the guy pulled out. However, I still have use for it because I have Michelle's. Oh, I did? Huh. Didn't know that. Huh. That's like, well, probably back when I got my dremeling and ear raping people. I didn't figure out how to operate I have a habit of leaning in on my button that controls the volume and stuff, so it cuts it off, and it was an issue. But now I just kind of clip it up here instead, so I remember to turn it off whenever I start to do something where I'm not talking, so I don't say stuff absurd and horrible into the camera. The lipo itself, since shell motors are a thing now and they run well on 2s, it'll work out well. Sure looks like a monorail. Left of the Scrotofury. Sure looks like a monorail. Scrotofury, yes, that is the monorail from Griever's idea of a video. The infamous Hans and Franz video. It needs work. I actually plan on doing what I'm calling a war report on this. First off, I'm going to put it out there. Anybody in YouTube land that can design and 3D print stuff, the monorail needs a little flick up right here. A thing so you don't have to pull it out to load it. You can literally just push up. Because it'll take that, and this would be perfect to reload. You just shut it back down again and add a couple of seconds. I do want to drop, as Xavier did, a piece of K26 in here, but the problem I was having with it while using Koosh darts is that its lifter mechanism, or this little armature in here, that it was the first time on live stream. That's pretty cool. Cool! It's like my 3rd or 4th time on live stream. There's a little, yeah, here it is. Little pusher, this thing in here. When the blaster comes out, the dart comes out, it shoves it down. The problem with Koosh darts I was having is that their diameter kind of sucks. So it wasn't getting it pushed down hard enough in order to hit it into the... I'm messing to you. Well, if you have time, I can message you. How do you Discord works? Yeah, that would be excellent, because I'm far from knowing how. Whoop. That's right. I took this off. I'm not up on technology. No, I can't get this back down. But the little piece doesn't push down hard enough, so you need to increase your pusher mechanism down. That's what was causing some of my feeding issues. That and the Koosh darts had some glue on the side of them, and they were getting hung up. They just weren't working well as they should, which was irritating as hell, because I ended up having to scrounge a bunch of regular darts. Even some of the waffle ones were giving me issues, which goes right back to, you know, there's a difference between using the blaster and then using the blaster in a war. You wind up finding these things much too late, especially when you're pinned behind a tree and you keep jamming. It didn't work out too well. I just kept getting nailed and pounded on. It was an issue. I'm still trying to fight with this stupid plunger head. Plunger tube, plunger tube, plunger tube, plunger tube. It's almost been an hour. So I think I want to try working on this tonight. So I'm probably going to cut the stream off here because it's been an hour or so. Good night, all. And I'll put this up here. And once again, thanks to Joshua Church from Valour. Joshua Church from Valour Blasters on Facebook for sending me this awesome pull ring, which will be part of this whole new blaster. I need to inform him with the fits and things along that nature, because he's working on another version. He also has one that comes out, so check out his Facebook stuff. You'd be surprised. Well, I thought I was ignorant. No, it's not the other way. He has some quite nice blasters up there, especially the Sledge Fire, and his Hammer Shot, which is absolutely gorgeous. But good night, guys, and remember, Clowny's watching. Unless he can't figure out how to turn this off. This button here. There we go.